Anyway, hello and welcome. Hi. This is The Letter. It is a game that was highly recommended and got really good reviews as far as being a very scary game. And as you know, we are always on the lookout for a game that is actually going to scare us. Will it be this game? Probably not. Sorry. You know it, I know it. It's hard to scare us. But the thing with this game is apparently there are a lot of depictions of bullying and some things that are maybe not appropriate to have scrolling across the screen during a live playthrough of the game. So we're trying to protect from getting banned and having anything super offensive in the game by recording it for YouTube, YouTube only. You're only going to find it here. Hit the like and subscribe button. And that way I can edit out anything crazily offensive. Let's start and see if we need to, because I think the quickest way or the easiest way based on those settings and the way I understand them is to just not have it read. Did I not turn the sound down? Sorry about that. The Ermengarde Mansion. There is... Are you kidding me right now? We turned the sound way down and it was still that loud. I am sorry. I did not know that it was going to be like that. So apparently, loud noises, whether I can help it or not, are a thing. So the menu options that we have are quit, controls, options, branching tree, relationship, journal, load, save, backlog, skip, auto. But if we click anywhere, the text will advance. So Ermengarde Mansion. It was built for Lord William and Lady Elizabeth Ermengarde of Luxbourne, humble ambassadors of peace and beloved by their people. Both were well known for their compassion and generosity, never failing to extend a helping hand to anyone in need. Under their influence and wealth, what was once a small sleepy village grew to a prosperous and bustling town. However, the seasons of joy eventually ended when the good nobles perished at the hands of a great plague. Their riches and legacy were henceforth passed on to their only child, Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion has stood since the 1620s, a witness to a very long history of joy and pain. Joy and pain. No? Okay, sorry. After Lady Charlotte committed suicide, the great house was eventually left uninhabited. And that is when it got really loud. Surrounding villagers spoke of seeing and hearing unearthly things, of cries and howls that filled the lights. The nights? The nights, not the lights. And hearsay of a mysterious woman roaming the hollowed halls aimlessly. People who dared enter its walls were simply never heard from again. Even after 400 years, these stories remain, much like the house itself. Whispers about the once great house, its legend, and its curse still fall upon the villagers' ears. In spite of this, the current owners are convinced that these stories are nothing more than a hoax. With little regard for the truth, they had Briar Realty Corporation place the property back on sale. Like Pandora's box, the secrets that lie inside await to be discovered by brave souls. No matter what happens, take care not to be consumed by the curse. Good luck. Isabella. Oh, God.
Hello? Isabella? Are you there? Where are you?
No, I'm not here. A familiar jittery voice comes from the other end.
Hey, Rose! I'm at St. Goretti High. What's the matter?
So we're definitely...
What do you mean, what's the matter?
Turning down.
It's a mansion, silly. I'm here and you're late.
Okay. So, just to be sure that none of the offensive words get said out loud so that I can black them out in the text, we're just going to have to read everything. Geez, we're on shift together. You promised. Oh my god, please don't tell me you forgot. You were planning on leaving me to check this place out on my own, weren't you? You chickened out. Calm down. You know I take my promises seriously. I'd like to believe that, so hurry up and get here. This place is huge. A bit too quiet since no one's lived here since, like, forever, but beautiful nonetheless. Why are you so surprised? This isn't the first time you've been there. I know. I just wish I could live in a place like this. It really takes my breath away. Yeah, well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Not after the rumors that say it's haunted. Geez, never mind those rumors. Ghosts aren't real after all. And even if they are, which they are not, they can't do anything. They're nothing but spirits. You don't know that. They might be listening or watching right now, and they might not be happy with you, and enough to curse you. No offense, sweetie, but that's a bit of a stretch. Believe it or not, it's better to be careful. Right. You know, not every property we sell will end up with a dead body stuffed up in a sofa. And I think that mansion is where we'll likely find another one. I can feel it. That was one time, Isabella. Loosen up. Anyway, just get here ASAP, please. I'm getting bored being here on my own. Fine, fine. Let me just finish up here. I'll be right there soon. Okay, see you. Bye. She hangs up before I can respond. Rose, still charming as ever. Who was that? I look up from my phone to see Rebecca, giving me a questioning look. Oh, that? It's just Rose. Rose? The one you said you trained for your... Wait, what? Sorry. The one you said who trained you for your job back when you started? You're working together again? Just for this property. We've been scoping out that big mansion down at Anselm Village after the renovations. Today's sort of its grand opening to the public. BRC wants to give it one last check before we let potential buyers tour it this afternoon. Wait, mansion? That big spooky one you've been telling everyone about? Didn't you keep saying how it just gave you the creeps? You actually went there? And you're going back? Well, I did promise Rose I wouldn't ditch her. And besides, a job is a job. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living. As soon as those words leave my mouth, Becca lets out a soft chuckle. What's so funny? Nothing. It's just that I didn't expect you to say that. Coming from you, it sounds so out of character. I mean, no offense, but you've been freaking out about the place being creepy ever since you got assigned to it. Cursed rumors and all. I honestly thought you'd back out. Not all the time. I could really use a huge amount of cash right now, and this is just the fastest way to get it. Plus, listen to this. Briar Realty wants it sold as soon as possible, and the agent who lands the deal is going to get a huge bonus. They never give bonuses like that. Getting that would make life so much easier. They're desperate. I'm desperate. It's perfect. A sympathetic look crosses her face. You know, if you're really in urgent need of money, you could have just asked me, or Ashton. We can always let you borrow, and you can pay us back whenever. I have to keep myself from groaning out loud. In the years I've known her, I can already tell what to expect once she has that expression. Becca, well, I've noticed you've been living off instant noodles these past few weeks. She crosses her arms and grimaces at the thought. Her voice slightly rises as she begins to scold me. Instantly, I'm reminded why Becca excels at teaching boisterous teenagers. Stop eating junk. They're cheap, but they're not good for you. You'll definitely end up in the hospital if you keep at it. Here we go again. I eat other things, too. I fold my arms across my chest, mimicking her posture and giving her the best frown I can muster, the same one I'd use with my younger siblings when they're being difficult. Instead, she only raises an eyebrow at me. That's not gonna work on me. And I saw it when you were cleaning your flat last week. The instant noodle cups outnumber everything else. You're just exaggerating. Did you even see what's in my cupboard yet? I'm not just living on instant noodles alone. I've got canned beans, peas, tuna, ham, and even hamburgers in there. Becca's wrinkling her nose by the time I get to the end of the last small list. She even went a little green on the last one. I would have laughed a little at that if I didn't know it would only lead to more reprimands. Aren't those the same ones you won from the grocer's raffle more than a year ago? I sincerely hope you're checking the date stamps on these things before eating them. I don't want a repeat of last year. In any case, those are still not exactly healthier choices, Belle. She shakes her head, possibly laughing at some funny, distant memory. When she looks up, I immediately brace myself. More words from her. Sometimes it's just better to let Becca talk until she's out of things to say. But when she turns her attention back to me, there's only warmth in her smile. What am I going to do with you? She says this more to herself than me, her voice shifting into something kinder, even motherly, if I'm looking for the exact word. I hope you know that it's impossible not to worry about you when you're like this. You don't have to keep eating the same thing. I already told you before, you're always free to reheat the food in my fridge. Thanks, Becca. I really appreciate it, but you don't need to keep babying me. You've been taking care of me ever since I moved here. You have to take a break sometime. And before you ask again, no. You know I'm not a fan of borrowing money, and I'm not going to ask you to give me what you hard-earned yourself. You and your pride, but suit yourself. The offer stays on the table, though. I nod in response, if only to get her to drop the topic. But I'm pretty certain I will never take that offer. Ever. It has nothing to do with pride. I've simply seen plenty of times how friendships can take a turn for the worse just because of a stupid few unpaid debts. I don't want something like that to happen between me and Becca. We may argue about a lot of small, petty things, but she already feels like a real sister to me. I don't want to lose that friendship over something so trivial. Becca's movements, when she takes a quick glance at something behind me, snaps me out of my thoughts. Well, enough chit-chat. Lunch is ending, and my students will be back any minute. We can catch up later. Good luck with your clients. You better treat us to lunch or something if you get that sale. You bet. With a small smile, she returns to her desk and begins sifting through the pages of a rather thick history book. She's probably working on next week's lesson plan. Or trying, at least. Her eyes are distant, and she doesn't seem too attentive to whatever is on the page. As if she heard my thoughts, Becca starts coughing heavily. Her hand hastily goes to her mouth to stifle the sounds. This is precisely why I followed her here. For someone who makes a habit out of worrying about other people, Becca sure forgets how to take care of herself. Hey, you sure you can manage on your own? I mean, you're still a bit feverish. Oh, hush. Don't worry about me. I'll just drink some medicine and I'll be right as rain. I level her with a flat look. She's had a cold for a couple of days now, something about the strange weather not agreeing with her lately. And despite my advice to take the week off and rest, I found her apartment empty when I dropped by this morning. She even left the medicine her doctor prescribed. Look who's being stubborn now. You shouldn't even be working right now. Seriously, you big baby, I'll be fine. For now, just go to work and stop making that Rose girl wait for you. I'll call you if I still feel bad, and you can come pick me up if it makes you feel any better. She offers me a reassuring smile, and I can only sigh. Why do I even bother? There's no stopping her once she's decided on something. Defeated, I reach inside my bag to pull out the same bottle of medicine she left earlier. She looks at it warily when I place it in front of her. Unfortunately for her, this is one thing I'm not letting her have her way. All right, but don't forget what the doctor said. Drink this on time. I'll see you later, okay? There's an amused gleam in her eyes when she shifts them back to me. Look who's playing mother hen now. Becca! Okay, I won't tease anymore. I'll just make sure to drink it. Mom! Before I can retort, she casts another look at the clock. I take that as a sign to finally end the conversation and my short visit. With a small wave, I leave her alone to her classroom and her thoughts. I hail a passing taxi to take me to the property as soon as I leave the school grounds. You know, maybe we should look at all of these things. The journal keeps flashing new at me. Nothing in the timeline, it looks like. We're in October. Profiles seems to be where new happens. Isabella. So this is apparently Isabella's section. She is a Gemini, 26 years old, 5'2", an estate agent. She is a fine arts graduate. She likes cinnamon rolls, dogs, food, police procedural dramas, and teleseries, comedies, and karaoke. She is the third child among 7, daughter of a laundrywoman and a jeepney driver. What the hell's a jeepney? She went to public school and was an average student, but took to art easily. Eventually, she pursued a degree in fine arts, as encouraged by her father. However, when the man was diagnosed with a terminal illness, she had to stop studying and make money. Don't we all? It was Isabella's aunt who helped her get her work overseas in order to earn more money than any local job could get her. Rose Cooper became her mentor as soon as she started as an agent at BRC. As someone who works in real estate, also. This is a shitty career path. Please don't do it. It's been 5 years since she met her neighbor, Rebecca. She met Ashton during an unfortunate incident involving her first sale at Devlin Court, and later Zachary through him. Okay, so we don't see anything about Rebecca yet. Relationships. I apparently don't have a relationship with myself. Hannah, Zachary, Rebecca. Rose isn't on here, so Rose must not be like a major character. Okay. I hail a passing taxi to take me to the property as soon as I leave the school grounds. The mansion is some ways out in the countryside, but I don't have trouble giving the driver directions. Apparently, everyone in Lexbourne City knows of it, including every bit of rumor surrounding the place. In fact, just the mention of its name is enough for locals to give you cautious, sidelong glances. I learned that the hard way the first time I commuted there, and it only boosted my belief that there's something more to that house. Even the news of it being renovated and placed back up in the market has caused quite a stir. Thankfully, it died down a few weeks later. The place would have become a lot harder to sell otherwise. I avert my eyes from the window once the buildings shrink in the distance. We get a glimpse of the countryside soon, although a quick glance at my watch tells me we're still a few minutes away from our destination. Might as well get some work done. Rose did ask me to review the mansion's documents. I already looked them over last night, but you never know when things may go wrong. Life has ways of messing things up like that. Halfway through reading the papers, my phone rings again. I pick it up without looking, neatly tucking it between my ear and shoulder. It's probably just Rose again, anyway. Rose? Guess again. That voice. Ash. Bingo. Hey, what's up? It's just checking if you're still cool later this evening. You mean that thing with Zach? Yeah. He even called in the middle of the night just to remind me. No, don't worry. I didn't forget. I'll be there. Cool. See you later. What time do you get off? Around 5, 6 p.m.? I don't know. It's the first day of the Ermengarde's Mansion open house, and we're expecting quite a number of potential buyers. I'll be booked the whole afternoon. Ermengarde Mansion? You know, the big Jacobean mansion at Anselm Village? I'm on my way there now, actually. On your own? Yeah, well, Rose is already there, but yeah. I see it looks like the scaredy cat finally toughened up. Shut up. Ash chuckles and I can't help but roll my eyes upon hearing it. I'll see you later. Drop me a call when you're done. I'll see if I can pick you up. Whatever, bye. Stupid asshole, always teasing me whenever he sees a chance. I'll show him who's tough. Ooh, we got a journal update, a timeline update. It takes a few more minutes until I finally reach the infamous mansion. Let's check our update. Ooh, Friday, October 21st. Before going to the Ermengarde Mansion, Isabella Santos dropped by St. Gorietti High School to check on Rebecca Gales. The former reminded the latter to take her flu medicine before leaving. On the way to the mansion, Isabella received a phone call from Ashton Frey, reminding her of Zachary Steele's movie premiere that night. Cool. It takes a few more minutes until I finally reach the infamous mansion. I have to admit, the entire property does look wonderful from the outside. Yet, despite all of this, it does nothing to hide that something is just wrong. The surrounding area is usually silent, and only the rustling of the leaves can be heard as the occasional breeze passes. While Anselm Village is just a few miles away, everybody keeps their distance on purpose. Perhaps out of fear, the horror of falling under the mansion's curse. Somehow, it makes me sad. The lack of immediate human presence just makes this place all the more eerie than it has any right to be. If it's uncanny in broad daylight, I can't imagine how this place looks at night. You planning to go inside that place, Missy? The voice nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Without completely taking my eyes away from the house, I give the driver a confused nod. A beat passes while I wait for him to say more, but his only answer is a non-committal hum. Belatedly, it occurs to me that he must have been waiting for my payment. I mentally slap myself for spacing out and promptly hand him the fare with an apologetic look. I expect him to leave as soon as I've paid, but there's a hesitant expression on him, as if something hasn't been said yet. Is there something wrong? Look, Missy, I'm sure you've heard what the people are telling everyone about that place. Nobody likes to be disturbed when they're at peace, and I'm pretty sure whatever they say is in that house doesn't want to either. I admit they did a good job fixing it up, but there must have been a reason why even distant relatives of the family who used to own the house never lived in there, despite inheriting it. No wonder they wanted to get rid of it. Maybe they just didn't like it. You never know. He drives off after, but what he said has left a foreboding feeling in my gut. I breathe out a heavy sigh as I approach the house. After hearing enough of the rumors, I should have expected the conversation to take that turn. But I'm already here. Backing out is completely out of the question. It's not like I have a choice anyway. If I want to get that bonus and commission, one way or another, I've got to sell this property. The door is ajar when I get to it, however, while my own copy of the keys dangle uselessly in my hand. Rose must have left it open when she arrived. That's weird. We may be the only people here this early, but I've never known her as someone careless. Entering, what greets me inside leaves me gaping. They've cleaned every corner, waxed the floor, dusted the antiques, searched every nook, cranny, and crevice, and just made it spick and span. All for the sake of making the mansion more enticing to the modern-day lords and ladies. But no matter how hard they try, the mansion still looks as soulless as ever. As though it's going to eat you alive. If you ask me, they should have just listened to what other people have been telling them and leave this place alone. Some things in this world are better left alone, never to be disturbed ever again. Rose? I call out. Rose, I'm here. Where are you? My voice echoes softly through the hallways. Oh, who am I kidding? In a place this big, I don't think she'll hear me no matter how deafening the silence is. She could be all the way on the other side of the property for all I know. Quickly, I reach for my phone and dial her number. But the number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again. What do you mean has not been recognized? We were just talking a while ago. It's not like she was eaten by the house, right? Or maybe the ghost did hear us talking and spirited her away, right? Right? No. Isabella, don't be ridiculous. She's probably just wandered deeper into the house and lost signal or something. I dial her number again, hoping the call will connect this time. The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again. But to no avail. Oh boy. I have a very bad feeling about this. Rose, if you can hear me, please come out. Come on, Rose, this isn't funny. You know this place gives me the creeps. No answer. This isn't going to work. The place is big. She could be anywhere. I need to start looking for her. I take a deep breath before venturing deeper into the mansion. Taking a couple steps forward, I notice something move on the grand staircase. What the hell? Rose? Rose, is that you? Not funny. I'm leaving if you don't come out. Not coming out, huh? Fine, I'm going. Okay, that's a lie. She's my friend. I can't really leave until I know she's all right. Growing desperate, I try to contact her number again. Come on, please give me something. Please, Lord. Ah, yes, finally it's ringing. Hello? Hello, Rose. I'm here at the mansion. Where the hell are you? She doesn't respond. There's also heavy static coming from her side. I sincerely hope it doesn't get cut off again before I can get an answer from her. Rose? Rose, come on, where are you? A few moments pass until the static eventually starts to quiet down. What? What? The attic? Why? Crap, it got cut off. Man, do I really need to go there? With how deep inside the mansion the attic is, there's barely any signal there. No wonder I can't contact her. But why is she there? Out of all places, she just has to make me go fetch her in the creepiest room of this place? Is she doing this to get back at me for being late? Whatever. I'll just go. The sooner I meet up with her, the sooner I'll feel better about being here. I carefully make my way up the staircase. My legs wobble as I mentally curse the fact that I've chosen real estate instead of picking a career that doesn't involve strange abandoned houses. Upon reaching the top, the grand hallway greets me. It branches out to the two major wings of the mansion, the east and the west. There are two attics here, one on each side. But the east one has been converted to a storage room of sorts, and somehow I find it least likely for Rose to wander there by herself. Besides, she never did like going into stuffy storage rooms. So I head towards the west wing first, where a simple wooden door at the end of the hall opens to a small room. Inside is another set of steps leading to the second attic. Unlike the grand staircase, though, the stairs to the attic are steep and narrow, made of old stones and covered with a thick coating of dust that kicks up into the air with every step. Thank God it's still daytime. If it wasn't for the light streaming through the door behind me, I might easily stumble and fall. With how old the place is, there are no light fixtures to illuminate the cramped passage. Why they didn't bother to add one here when they renovated escapes me. Sheesh, they did it with the rest of the house. A small bedroom welcomes me at the end. It looks exactly as it did the last time I was here, full of dust, worn out, and faded by time. Odd, I thought they cleaned everything. Did the crew miss this room? Ugh, cleanliness is the least of my concerns right now. The more pressing matter is Rose. She's not here. Was I dreaming when I talked to her? Did I mishear her? No, it couldn't have been a dream. After all, the creepy ambiance of this estate is doing such a remarkable job of making sure I stay alert and awake. I'm sure she said she's here. Is this a prank? Or maybe that phone call was Rose's last message to me before the curse got to her. Ugh, shut up, Rain. You are not helping. Don't make this any scarier than it already is. But if she's not here, then where is she? What the hell was that? That's it. I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. We must have angered the spirits living here. I knew disturbing this mansion was a bad idea right from the start. But nobody listened. Be fucking realistic, they said. They think I'm cuckoo because I believe in curses and ghosts and all that. Me and my outlandish backwater country beliefs. I've always strived to be a model employee, but not this time, no. I'm turning back for the sake of my sanity. Briar Realty can find another agent who is more fucking realistic to tour people around this haunted house. Before leaving, I take one last look at the gloomy old room, just to check. Huh? What's this? My worries about Rose's whereabouts must have caused me to miss it when I first entered the room. But there's clearly something on the floor. It looks like a letter? Lying on the ground, just a couple of inches away from my feet. Out of sheer curiosity, I lean down and pick it up. Strange. I don't recall seeing this the last time I was here. A few days back, me and a few other agents inspected the mansion to prepare for today. I'd been the last to look inside the attic and leave, and certainly this wasn't here before. Someone must have left it in the room since then. Did Rose leave this for me? Was she here? I couldn't have missed her, though, could I? There's only one set of stairs leading to the attic. The letter isn't exactly in pristine condition. In fact, it looks rather ancient. The paper is so thin and rough, I'm worried it'll fall apart if I touch it. But with great care, I open it, and what I read shakes me. What? Oh my God. Nothing but the words "help me" fills the page, all of it, seemingly written with a crimson-shaded pen. Or blood. I gulp. The same phrase just goes on and on until... Send this to 5 people or else? Or else what? Or else what? As quickly as I can, I scan the back of the paper and peek into the envelope to make sure I'm not missing out on a second page. But there's nothing. No. Oh, please, no. My hands tremble as dread creeps over me. The room is suddenly getting colder. I needed to get out of here. Folding the paper in half, the sight that greets me has me frozen on the spot. A pair of blood-soaked feet enters my field of vision, covered in gaping wounds, with skin eaten away to reveal the flesh and bone and all manner of things one isn't meant to see. It's too much. All of it is too much. I want to cry, call for help, but the words catch in my throat. Even if my feet won't move, completely paralyzed, out of terror, please help me. Let's be brave. I need to face it. Whoever, whatever these feet belong to, I need to face it. And if I'm gonna die, if they're gonna kill me, at least I'll know what my killer looks like. A cold comfort. So with a deep breath, I summon every ounce of courage I have left in me and shift my gaze upward. No! Please, don't hurt me. No. Without thinking, I scramble towards the door. I struggle to open it, but it won't budge. Stay away! Go away! Please make it go away. Why now? Why won't it open now? My heart sinks as reality dawns in. I'm locked in. Locked in with that thing. Let me out! Let me out! Please let me out! It slowly approaches me as I wrench the doorknob violently back and forth. Yes. The door finally swings open, and I couldn't have been happier. Wasting no time, I leap out the door and don't look back. My feet pound against the floor in rhythm with the loud, fast beating of my heart. By the time I run past the hallway and find myself atop the grand staircase, my chest feels so tight, like it's going to burst. But that's nothing compared to the feeling of hope the sight of the exit gives me. Racing down the stairs, a breathy laugh escapes me, and my shoe slips and I find myself falling until my back hits the ground and pain racks my body. My head grows fuzzy and my vision dims as I fight to stay conscious. No. Go. Away. The last thing I see are those feet before all I know is darkness. A buzz breaks the silence. Actually, you know what? That's probably a good place to stop for the day. We'll find out what happens to Isabel on the next episode. Thank you for coming with me on this journey. It's basically reading sim, which is fine. I'm okay with that, if you're okay with that. It seems like this might be a good one. It's completely story-driven, so hope you guys like it. Thank you so much for watching. If you could poke those like and subscribe buttons, that would be super groovy because it helps me to be able to continue making and improving my content, and also acts as an offering to the algorithm gods. And we all know how important it is to appease our Lord and Savior Algo. Also, be sure to check out my live streams on Twitch and join the Glow Gang by following me on Twitter and joining our Discord. Links for those as well as all of my artist credits can be found in the description below. As always, stay bright, lamplights.